I've made this video for those of you who've been having problems getting into a daily meditation practice. So there's many things that you do daily, like brush your teeth, eat breakfast maybe even go for a walk every day. And yet, why is it that you've been having problems developing a daily meditation practice when you've been able to do those things? What is it about those things, like eating breakfast every day, like brushing your teeth? What is it about those things that allowed you to create them into a daily habit, something that you just do every single day, that you don't have a problem with? They just seem to flow. You do have to think about them. You have to think, okay, it's time to brush my teeth now, or it's time to eat breakfast. But it's easy. My name's Caroline. I'm a GP, and I'm fascinated by human behaviour. What is it that people do when they're successful at something, when they're successful at creating healthy habits that keep them healthy? So if you look at what people do who have a daily meditation practice, or you look at what it is that you did to start your habit of brushing your teeth every day and continuing it, what is it that you did? And what is it that you do when you try and start a habit and you don't manage it? It falls by the wayside. Well, there's 4 things that you do. The first thing is that you do it about the same time every day. And you do it at a time that doesn't conflict with too many other things. You keep it doable, and also, this is really interesting, you have some sort of immediate reward. So let's look at a couple of women that I know who decided they wanted to go to the gym every single weekday. And they were struggling to do that. They were going maybe once a week or twice a week, or some weeks they weren't going at all. And so they decided to apply these 4 principles to going to the gym. So timing. A time that they could go every day, and a time that didn't conflict too much with other things. And since they had kids that went to school and a partner that went to work, they decided to go at about 11 o'clock in the morning, mid-morning. And this was usually their time. They didn't have the phone ringing, they didn't have demands from family. It was their time. It was an easy time to go. Now, if they'd chosen 5 o'clock in the afternoon or 3 o'clock, which was time to pick up the kids from school, it would be too much of a conflict with other things. So they chose a good time, and a time that didn't conflict with other things. And then they made it doable. So they made it 20 minutes instead of 1 hour. So even on those days when they felt really lazy, or the last thing they wanted to do was a workout, 20 minutes wasn't too difficult. And it was the fact that they did it every day for 20 minutes, not every other day or once a week for an hour. And then came the reward. So what did they reward themselves with? Well, they realised that although going to the gym in itself is a reward, because they felt so much better about their body, about themselves, emotionally they felt better. On those days when the last thing they wanted to do was go to the gym, maybe it was pouring with rain, or maybe they just felt lazy, they had to have some sort of more immediate, enticing reward. And they chose going out for coffee to a funky cafe after their gym routine. And this is what has kept them going to the gym every day for the last 5 years, and they're still going. So how do we apply this to your meditation routine? So the first thing is finding a time that fits in with your life, finding a time that doesn't conflict with too many things, and keeping your meditation doable. Don't start with an hour meditation. Start with 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and then give yourself some sort of reward, some sort of immediate enticing reward for those days when the last thing you feel like doing is sitting on your cushion. So with myself, 3 years ago, when I lost my house in the floods, I knew that I needed to do a daily meditation. I got off track with my daily meditation, and I was meditating maybe once or twice a week. sometimes I wasn't meditating at all, and I needed to meditate to keep that center. And so I meditated first thing in the morning when there wasn't too much else going on. People wouldn't be ringing me. And my reward was, it was just a random idea. I just chose a reward at the time. And that was pulling a tarot card, and one of those lovely Osho Zen tarots. And I always found that if I meditated first and then I pulled one, it was so much more real, so much truer. So after a while, I really got into the rhythm of having one of these tarot cards for the day, sort of set me up on the right track. And in order to get that tarot card, I had to sit on my cushion. So even when I didn't want to sit on that cushion, I wanted that tarot card. And so 3 years later, I'm still meditating every day, and it's just part of my routine, and something doesn't feel quite right if I haven't meditated. The day doesn't start off right. I don't feel so good. I don't feel so centered. But I needed to get into that rhythm by applying these 4 principles. And sometimes I still need to bring these 4 principles back when I might not be pulling a tarot card every day, but when I feel lazy, for some reason, I'll think, okay, I'll sit on my cushion for 5 minutes and I'll get that tarot card, and it brings me back. So I wonder what sort of reward that you'll choose. And so many people have chosen completely random and different rewards. Some people like meditating in groups, and their reward is being part of a group. Other people like meditating in groups that go to coffee afterwards. Other people have a reward of breakfast. They're not allowed to have breakfast until they meditate. That's their reward. It just gets them into the rhythm. So I hope you enjoy applying these 4 principles to your meditation practice and really enjoying your meditation practice.